Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Happy Saturday to you. A quick look here at Dogecoin, seeing what's going on. I got a lot of requests for this one. I figure we jump into the back-end data here really quick. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can like, subscribe, and follow if you don't mind. Help that grow the channel. And obviously, if you want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tag is a site. Got a trading academy community and signals group. We took some nice profits from Filecoin yesterday. For a long position, we have a Solana position open as well here. Now, when it comes to Dogecoin, is a consideration to take a long? Well, when we look at the liquidation here, we can see somewhere in the range of 16.5 upwards of about 16.9 just got swept hard. So people trying to short this most recent top got swept there pretty good. And at this point here, the price is running, and we want to double check to see how much further it could go. We'll look at some Elliott Wave here as well, kind of double check some things, but to kind of rewind, we saw our 1 through 5 pattern all the way down. And we can see here so far that we're starting a very similar pattern. This is a pretty low one here. We could be up to our 5 already. But generally speaking, if this is the top, we could very well see an ABC pattern to follow. Okay? So keep in mind, this could be the top here, right here at about 17.6. We had our previous resistance, that's previous day closures we want to talk about here. And just kind of note that is a point of contention there, but 0.236 fib level is important to recognize. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and update our fibs here from a more recent time frame here to the most recent low. Okay, and I think I'm in there close enough. Yep, okay, good. All right, so generally speaking here, again, this 0.618 or inversely 0.382 is a pretty strong resistance level. So that's that golden pocket, for lack of better terms there. And we could very well see the price reject out there. I'm not saying it's gonna just drop like a rock, but that's a common place for the price to retrace. We can also see the moving average, moving up here. We're above the 20-day SMA. That's a very, very important sign, letting us know we're more so bullish than bearish at this point. You do got to recognize that doesn't just mean that, okay, I'm going to go hard and long to the moon because of this. It just implies that we have a strong resistance range above us, but we're no longer below that previous tentative resistance, and more so just generally conceptualizing the fact that, hey, we've broken fairly bullish in this coin, okay? Again, it doesn't mean you just take long positions from here on out blindly, but it does imply that we're on the right side of tracks. Speaking of tracks here, you can take a look here at 50 on the RSI, looking very strong there. We've been above that for a little while. And of course, the MFI looking pretty good too. We are seeing a stochastic swing to the upside as well, and the MACD is trying to converge. So these are all very bullish signs here, honestly. There's really nothing you can see on the 4-hour time frame that is disadvantageous, okay? Now, 4-hour time frame, what are we looking at here? Well, hypothetically, we got a few different scenarios here. We got a situation in which we can see the price action hitting 70 or getting close to it. Okay? That in conjunction with the MACD, more so stochastic RSI swinging upwards, but high MFI, leads me to believe we're going to probably break through that level and consolidate at 0.618 here soon. In other words, what commonly happens is the price action will break through this little resistance channel, and it'll come back down and effectively continue higher. Okay, so it's looking pretty solid in that sense here. We can definitely see that we're looking good for a breakout. But again, if that doesn't work out and that doesn't play out, we could very well see the price action pull back here, whether we actually see the price retrace. And if you look in the hourly, it's a little easier to notice. But if the price action does get rejected here, we're going to come down to these local 0.382, 0.5, 0.618 levels. And if you were to draw out new fibs, you can kind of see that a little bit more clearly. That's roughly what it's going to look like. I'll send this out here later with our playout chart, but generally speaking, Dogecoin is looking pretty solid in the overall sense. But if you do look at the overextension here, we are at a 9. Let me go ahead and clear this out just so you can kind of see it a little easier. We can see we're in overtime to keep it simple, which basically just implies the price could continue to pull back here in the relative near future. Now, with these kind of runs, it's less likely, less common for the price just to retrace instantly. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do break through that level and then consolidate. What we're looking for is consolidation at about that 17.5 mark or higher to see if our next leg up will occur. Because right here, lagging span, free and clear of the price action, conversion line above the baseline, everything's looking very sound. Okay? There's really nothing that we can see here that's really disadvantageous from a moving average standpoint. Everything is looking very good. So I'd be very, very careful shorting this coin. I know it seems kind of like a juicy target shorting into a resistance, but generally speaking, that resistance level is more likely than not to be broken, considering all the other contributing factors. Okay, so please, please, please be careful shorting this coin. Simple way to understand it there. I know that we're kind of in this transition right now with Bitcoin, and a lot of coins are not quite sure what they want to do, but I can tell you it's going to be ideal to be a little patient here with this one as far as waiting for confirmation. So to me, confirming factor would be a closure at 17.5 or higher, getting above that 0.618 fib level, and then also consolidating there for another long. Keep in mind, a lot of this is contingent on Bitcoin not being a very terrible coin, right? Because Bitcoin was pulling back pretty hard recently. Dogecoin hasn't been caring too much about it. So while there isn't a direct alignment, it's still something we need to recognize. Okay. Again, all in all, that's kind of where we're at there. I'm bullish on Dogecoin here for the short term, and then if we of course break through a this point, basically 20 cents as a rough estimate, then we're probably going to be poised and ready to see the coin continue to rock and roll. But for right now, I think it's best to to wait for confirmation above this 0.618 fib level to ensure that we can break through that range. One last thing to note too, there's also a pretty solid amount of resistance here at the 18.2 mark. So 18.2, we've had 4 daily candlestick closures in the last 2 weeks at that level. That's going to be a point of contention. So if we don't reject out here at 17.5, we can presume there's going to be some resistance at 18.1. Okay. All right, folks. Be safe in trading. Make sure, again, low leverage, low position sizing. That's how we do it as a community, and we're surviving the market, doing very well ultimately. Could we have phenomenal gains above and beyond our great gains? Yes. But we could also have tremendous losses too, and we don't have those because we're using low leverage, low position size. So please understand that. I hope you learned something here today again. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.